In this video, I'll be going over why do we invert and multiply when we divide fractions. I've often been asked this question as to why do we invert and multiply when we divide fractions. So I decided to make a video on this. As you can see from the example below, 5, 6 divided by 1/3. When we divide, we would flip the denominator and the numerator, and then we would change the sign of division to multiplication. So the final equation would become 5, 6 times by 3 over 1. So the question is, why do we do that? To answer this, we need to first go over some of the basic fundamentals of fraction. For example, 6 over 6 equals 1. Any of the same number in the numerator and denominator will equal to 1. So anything like, for example, 8 over 8 equals 1. 12 over 12 equals 1. So you get the picture. Now, the next part we need to understand is the reciprocal of a fraction. So, for example, if we have 5 over 6, what is the reciprocal of 5 over 6? The answer for that is 6 over 5. And when we multiply a fraction by its reciprocal, 5 over 6 multiplied by 6 over 5, the answer is always 1. Because 5 and 5 cross out and they become 1. 6 and 6 cross out becomes 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So eventually we get 1 over 1, which equals 1. And that's the reciprocal of a fraction. Anytime you multiply a reciprocal of a fraction, it will always become 1. Now to answer the question, why do we invert and multiply when we divide fractions? This is why. 5 over 6 divided by 1 over 3 is rewritten as 5 over 6 divided by 1 over 3. As we spoke about multiplying by its reciprocal equals 1, we are going to do the same here, where we're going to make the denominator into 1 by multiplying the denominator by its reciprocal. So the denominator is 1 over 3, so we're going to multiply that by 3 over 1. And that essentially will become 1 because they'll just cross multiply, and this becomes 1. And now, whatever we do in the denominator, we need to do in the numerator. So we're multiplying the fraction of 5 over 6 by 3 over 1, like so. So now I think you can start seeing the picture. We have 5 over 6 times 3 over 1. Doesn't that look like what we have up here? So if you want to rewrite this, it will be 5 over 6 times 3 over 1 over 1. So anything over 1, any equation, any number over 1 is itself. So this would become 5 over 6 times 3 over 1. So that's why every time we divide a fraction, we end up just invert and multiply. But most of the teachers or educators, they don't really explain why. They just kind of tell you that's how you do it. And so this video explains why do we do it. We also have a video if you need to refresh your memory on dividing fractions, which will go into more detail with examples and solutions on how we invert and multiply, and as well as an overall fraction review. Hopefully this video is helpful to you, and thank you for watching.